Nice of you to drop in.
Hello people, I'm the Real Comic Gamer, and we just got a ton of new details for Convergence because DC had a Q&A on their Twitter page with Jeff King, who is one of the co-writers for Convergence, the main storyline of Convergence. And so people asked him a lot of questions, he answered a lot of questions, and here are some things that really piqued my interest. Starting off, Ian B asked, will we see mainstream heroes die in this series, like people from current Earth 1 or 2 or 4, etc.? And then he replied, spoilers, yes, a well-known New 52 hero is going to die in action in Convergence in a very unexpected way. Now, we can speculate all day. I have two heroes in mind who I think this could be. I think it's either going to be Earth 2 Flash or Earth 2 Green Lantern, because Earth 2 Flash already seemingly died at the end of World's End for Earth 2, but he didn't, because we see that, what was it, the preview, or like the one image that we've gotten released for Convergence like a while ago was all of them fighting Telos. That hasn't happened yet, so obviously he's still alive and is going to fight Telos with the rest of the Earth 2 heroes. So I think he might die. Another thing the thing that really makes me think Earth 2 Green Lantern might die is the fact that he's infused with all this power now because of like his fight with Darkseid. I don't know if he's holding on to that for Convergence, but he got a lot of power during Darkseid. Like, he was the only person that could really fight Darkseid in World's End. If you didn't know, just a little like to get you caught up, Darkseid went and like destroyed Earth 2 completely, just decimated it. The only person that was really able to do anything to him was Alan Scott, who was the Earth 2 Green Lantern. Like, he had all this power, and yeah, he was the only person that was really able to do anything. And Jeff King said in another question, I don't have the screenshot of it, but he did say something like, someone asked him what was like the coolest part of Convergence. He said there was this awesome piece of artwork of Green Lantern fighting fighting Telos. He didn't say which Green Lantern, so that could be Hal Jordan, that could be Kyle Rayner, that could be John Stewart, that could be Guy Gardner. Well, I don't think he's a Green Lantern right now, but that could be Alan Scott. Who knows? But I think it is Alan Scott. I think Alan Scott's gonna die. Well, obviously we know Hal Jordan's not gonna die because his story does continue after this. So we do have some people that we can write off, like Earth Prime, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Flash. All those people will not die because we see that their stories continue straight after Convergence. Because he did say, like, in another question, people are asking him again about a character death. It was like, they are going to stay dead for a good amount of time. He doesn't know if they're going to come back, Jeff King, because obviously he's not in charge of what happens afterwards, but he was saying it is a good little bit, like at least a year. I don't think he said at least a year, but that's what it sounds like to me. So obviously they're not coming straight back into their series. So the people that have already been announced for their own series are not going to die. So most of the main characters are safe. We don't know who's going to die. But again, I think it's either going to be Earth 2 Green Lantern or Earth 2 Flash. I think one of those two are going to die. Now, another person, someone else asked him about Dick Grayson, and he said, yes, Earth 2 Dick Grayson has a major role to play in Convergence. Major. So that sounds interesting. It kind of sucks that it's Earth 2 Dick Grayson and not Earth Prime Dick Grayson. I would love to see the R Grayson be in Convergence. That would be awesome, but instead it's Earth 2 Grayson, and I'm not too excited about that. It's kind of cool that still Dick Grayson is having a major role. The sucky part is they didn't even pull like pre-New 52 Dick Grayson that's still Nightwing. They just chose Dick Grayson from Earth 2 who's not Nightwing, and that sucks. I really wish they would have chose Earth Prime Grayson or pre-New 52 Grayson, because he's still Nightwing, and I'd love to see Nightwing in Convergence having a huge role. That would be awesome, but sadly he's not. But at least Dick Grayson is having a big role. Now, another thing someone asked was, how important will Superman be in the story? Because we saw that in issue 0 of Convergence, like, Brainiac was obsessed with Superman. Like, Superman is very much in the center of all this. And so Jeff King's response was, Superman versus Brainiac is the alpha and omega of Convergence, the key matchup. He said the key matchup, but I think he just misspelled the. So yeah, that sounds really cool, because, you know, I am a huge Superman fan. He's my favorite. So them being the alpha and omega of Convergence. And there were some other things, like, people asked him, and he's saying how, like, Brainiac is huge. We're going to see Brainiac's, like, whole role in the multiverse. That gets me excited. Bringing Brainiac to being an even bigger villain, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what else happens with Brainiac and Superman. And yeah, this just gets me really excited for Convergence. I can't wait for this. Please let me know in the comments below who do you guys think is going to die and why, because there are a lot of people that you can just write straight off the list, because like I was saying, we've already gotten like all these books that are announced after Convergence. So we know all these heroes aren't going to die, at least from Earth Prime. Earth Prime is our Earth. It's the main Earth that we follow in the New 52. So, yeah, but I think it's going to be Earth 2 Green Lanterns, who I really think it's going to be. Maybe Earth 2 Flash. But, yeah, that's my thoughts. Please let me know your guys's. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.